Hi, I'm Smokey Bear, and I made an assistant to help you out, because only you can prevent wildfires.
Hey, Assistant Smokey Bear, call me Papa Bear, because I'm grilling up dinner. Do you get it?
Yes, good job.
So, what should I do with all these coals?
Don't just toss them out. Put them in a metal container because those embers can start a wildfire.
I understand. The stakes are high.
Ha, 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 ha.
See, Smokey thinks I'm funny.
I got involved in officiating volleyball 8 years after I played Division I in college.
Saying yes to volleyball officiating will give you the privilege to be a part of one of the most exciting sports around.
I'm a speaker,
A builder.
I coach,
culinary arts, auditor,
a firefighter.
For anyone contemplating becoming a volleyball official,
just go for it.
take the plunge, open the door.
say yes to officiating. Learn more about how to get involved at sayyes2officiating.com.
The rhythmic sound of more than 500 cascading waterfalls. The endless echo of more than 10,000 caves. The serene silence of 1,000 miles of wilderness trails. The next time someone tells you to get lost, consider it an opportunity. Your vacation is now playing in Tennessee.
The Southeast Sports Network, your free ticket to front row sports action. From heart-pounding football showdowns to thrilling basketball games, experience every moment live, all from the comfort of your home. Your favorite athletes, broadcast in real time and on demand. It's not just streaming, it's your front row ticket to the best of Southeastern sports. And the best part? It's absolutely free. Don't miss a moment of your favorite teams. Join us now at the Southeast Sports Network. The Southeast Sports Network, your front row ticket to live sports.
Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us here at Reinhardt University, coming to you live. It's college basketball from Waleska, Georgia. Not a lot of tension today. It feels like folks have an expected outcome, an expected result in this one. Gabriel Schrei here with Lorenzo Robinson, bringing you all of the action. It's the Reinhardt University Eagles playing host to the Koalas of Columbia College on the Southeast Sports Network. Two teams headed in very, very different directions today, Lorenzo. Reinhardt University in the top 25 in the NAIA, 13-0 in conference, 17-0 overall. Columbia's Koalas are 9-9 overall and 6-7 in conference play.
Absolutely, a Reinhardt team newly entering into the top 25.
definitely looking to continue to assert their dominance as one of the better teams in the NAIA today.
It seems like they shouldn't have a problem doing that against Columbia's Koalas. Now, this game, the first time they met, Columbia at one point had a 10-point lead, and Reinhardt had to come from behind to win. So we could see a very close matchup today. Any chance of that in your mind, or do you think Reinhardt is so hot right now they run away with it?
There's absolutely a chance that it could be a close game, and of course on the surface people are looking at the way that Reinhardt's been playing in their record and say, man, there's no way that they could lose. But not a lot of teams have the confidence that they can hang with Reinhardt like Columbia does. So it will make things very interesting today, I should say.
There's a look at the Koalas warming up, and we're going to get to know Columbia College's Koalas. 9-9 overall this season to this point, 6-7 in conference play. From the floor is a team shooting just over 38% and averaging about halfway between 68-69 points per game. That production is going to be super important against a team that's known for their shutdown defense, Reinhardt's Eagles. Reinhardt University, as I mentioned, undefeated, number 25 in the United States. They shoot 45.3% from the floor and average 82.5 points per game. Our players to watch. First, we'll meet the player to watch for the Koalas. As you can see, the Koalas gathered up, huddled before tip-off. Coming in just a couple of moments here on SCSN from Waleska. This is Muhammad, 15 points per game, 41% from the floor, a couple of rebounds and an assist to go along with that. She'll be a threat for the Koalas today against Reinhardt's Eagles. And on the other side, keeping an eye on the senior for Reinhardt University, Ashley Woodruff, 13.5 points per game, nearly 49% shooting from the floor, almost 4 rebounds, and 2.5 steals per game. She's been electric this season, and she's a big-time playmaker. Those are our players to watch and our keys to today's matchup between the Reinhardt University Eagles and the Columbia College Koalas. Lorenzo, what would your final sentiment be for fans at home? What do they watch today?
The main thing to look for, this Columbia team, 10th in the conference in turnovers per game. They turn the ball over at around 18 times every night. Reinhardt, number 1 in steals per game. So the main thing Columbia needs to do is take care of the basketball if they're going to have a chance to win this one today.
Makes sense to me. Can the Koalas take care of the basketball? Will they be able to hang in there with the number 25 Eagles and pull off the upset? We'll find out, and you will as well. It's college basketball on the Southeast Sports Network. We'll be back in just a moment. Don't go anywhere.
Your vacation is now playing in Tennessee.
got involved in officiating volleyball 8 years after I played Division I in college.
Saying yes to volleyball officiating will give you the privilege to be a part of one of the most exciting sports around.
I'm a speaker,
Builder.
I coach
culinary arts, auditor,
a firefighter.
for anyone contemplating becoming a volleyball official.
Just go for it.
take the plunge, open the door.
Say yes to officiating. Learn more about how to get involved at sayyes2officiating.com.
The rhythmic sound of more than 500 cascading waterfalls. The endless echo of more than 10,000 caves. The serene silence of 1,000 miles of wilderness trails. The next time someone tells you to get lost, consider it an opportunity. Your vacation is now playing in Tennessee.
The Southeast Sports Network, your free ticket to front row sports action. From heart-pounding football showdowns to thrilling basketball games, experience every moment live, all from the comfort of your home. Your favorite athletes, broadcast in real time and on demand. It's not just streaming, it's your front row ticket to the best of Southeastern sports. And the best part? It's absolutely free. Don't miss a moment of your favorite teams. Join us now at the Southeast Sports Network. The Southeast Sports Network, your front row ticket to live sports.
Welcome back to the campus of Reinhardt University. Appreciate you being with us. Meeting the starting lineups for the Koalas of Columbia College and the Eagles of Reinhardt right now. Koalas 9-9 on the road, battling the Eagles of Reinhardt, who are 17-0, number 25 in the nation. Getting the start today for Reinhardt University, Ashley Woodruff, Julia Kraft, Ivana Preston, Tara Gibson, and Maria Sanchez-Ponce. And one more time, we'll sneak a look at our players to watch. It's Muhammad for the Koalas. Obviously, she's getting the start. And for the Eagles, it's Woodruff. In the starting lineup today, for the Koalas of Columbia College, a true freshman out of Anderson, South Carolina, Kamya Hatton. Joining her, Carnasia Wells, Anaya Muhammad. Rounding out the five is Tasanya Lowe. Good starting five today. Peyton Brookover going to be running on the front court as well, the junior from Fort Mill, South Carolina, out of Nation Ford High School. We'll see what she can bring to this dynamic. Gabriel Schrei here alongside Lorenzo Robinson on the call today for college basketball on the Southeast Sports Network. Driving inside, and this one is blocked as it escapes over the baseline.
Of course, this end of the floor is Reinhardt's bread and butter, one of the better defensive teams, not just in the AAC, but in the country.
This game was close the first time these two played. Reinhardt had to come from behind to win, as they'll start in a deficit 2-0 at home to the Koalas of Columbia College. Ivana Preston drives, floated back outside, and Kraft down to the corner to Sanchez-Ponce, who tries for three. 2-0 Koalas leading on the road in the opening minutes of this Appalachian Athletic Conference contest. A nice screen giving Carnasia Wells some room. The Koalas star player takes a step and turns this over to Reinhardt University.
But it will be interesting to see in the early stages of this game how Columbia is able to use the confidence that they gained from that first game in this one. We see a lot of teams, there's a saying that goes, you lose some games coming off of the bus. Just kind of being intimidated by the way that a squad is playing. And we're not going to see that. The Koalas know they can play with the Eagles, and they're going to be trying to prove that today.
Gibson goes inside, gets the call, able to shake off. A little rough drive. She goes to the line, a chance to tie the game. Gibson gets her first. Tara Gibson, a graduate student from Rome, Georgia, played at Rome High School. She's been very versatile this year. Almost 10 points per game, 44.6 from the field, 40% from long range, and she shoots 69% at the charity stripe. Goes 1 for 2 on that trip on the floor. It is 2-1. Quick drive, and this one kisses in off the glass to make it 4-1.
Nice job there, rejecting the screen, taking the open side, and finishing with the soft touch. And early on, Columbia is not afraid of Reinhardt. Like I said, they're going right at him.
Back to the offensive end of the floor. Long feed for the Koalas, and now 6-1. A nice run for Columbia College to start tonight's game.
Absolutely.
Preston floated outside to Woodruff, who wants 3, and her shot skiffs off the side of the iron. It remains a 5-point lead for the Koalas.
And a few big reasons why that first matchup between these two teams was so close. Number one, Reinhardt, an uncharacteristically bad shooting night that game. They shot about 37% from the field, went 7 of 21 from 3. Also missed 6 of their 14 free throw attempts.
This one is loose. Gibson battling for it. Long pass up the floor to Julia Kraft. She runs the spin move. Ice cold. A money play to get the bucket.
And that was a beautiful move, but it was set up by Reinhardt, turning their defense into offense. We've seen that plenty of times, them able to turn teams over and get out in transition.
Floater to the corner. Driving down inside, and this goes off the glass. A great bucket by Tasanya Lowe, a freshman from Bennettsville, South Carolina. True freshman.
Beautiful attack there, and she's had a few nice plays off the bounce in the early stages of this one.
There's one from long range for Sanchez Ponce. It comes up short and is boarded again by that true freshman. Ball's loose. Gibson got a hand on the orange. It escapes over the baseline.
Reinhardt's going to have to work to stay in front of her. She's being very aggressive, attacking downhill. Putting a lot of pressure on the Eagles' defense.
Inbounding pass. Koalas. Brook over. Distributed this close side. It comes back to her. Defended by Sanchez Ponce. She'll hand it off. The double team in trouble for the Koalas as the whistle sounds. Foul is going to go against Maria Sanchez Ponce. 5'10 sophomore from Conil de la Frontera, Spain. One of the best in the conference, 16.2 points per game. Shooting very well from the floor.
Such a versatile offensive player as well, able to step out, knock down the 3, and also make things happen in the post.
In some trouble, 3 on the shot clock. Driving and firing as that sounds, and it's off the mark. A bit too much for Hatton. Kraft, one-on-one, and fouled as she tries to get this one with a little layup.
And right there again, you saw what makes Reinhardt so dangerous. Off of the missed shot, Ashley Woodruff making a beautiful pass down court to Julia Kraft. They play so fast offensively, it's hard to keep in front of them.
Big high bounce, 4 minutes, 45 seconds played in this first period. In a 5-point game, Julia Kraft at the line, a senior from Canton, Georgia, out of Creekview High School. She's been really special, a key player this season, averaging nearly 10 points per game, 42% from the floor, 37% from three-point land. Went 1 for 2 at the line on that trip. 4-point game, 8-4. Koalas lead the Eagles.
Reinhardt having a bit of a slow start offensively. Columbia needs to take advantage.
Driving inside, Muhammad didn't like the look, heavily defended by Kraft. Now here's a 3 from the wing, and it rattles out. A second chance for the Koalas. The drive for Muhammad for 10, and she gets it to go. It's 10-4.
That's what she does, one of the more gifted scorers in the conference, attacking the basket. And that was a second chance opportunity, something we're not used to seeing Reinhardt give up a lot of.
You want to talk about crazy. Ashley Woodruff has been crazy all year long. She makes it 10-6, a 4-point game, as the Eagles get another bucket back. At one point, it was an 8-1 run in favor of the Koalas. Since then, Reinhardt has popped off. Big high bounce, sported by Williams. Halfway through the first period, 5 minutes to go in the quarter as Woodruff cuts to the basket and is fouled.
Good job. Hey, we spoke a little bit about the season that Ashley Woodruff is having. And as this game kicks off, we've been seeing some of what's made her so dangerous, able to push the pace in transition, a really gifted passer. Good ball handling, can step behind the line and knock down threes as well, an area of her game that has definitely improved from last year to this season.
Woodruff, our player to watch today for Reinhardt University, a graduate student from Flowery Branch, Georgia, averaging 13.5 points per game. One of the top performers on this Reinhardt roster, an efficient 48.7% from the field, 36.5% from three-point range. This goes 1 for 2 on this trip, makes it a 3-point game in Waleska.
Again, Reinhardt still finding their footing offensively. Can Columbia put pressure on them by catching up to an early lead?
Driving the shot, goes backside and escapes from the floor. Reinhardt University will take over with the basketball. Woodruff runs the floor alongside her, Maria Sanchez-Ponce. Ashley Woodruff with a little move. She takes it to the basket, and her shot is off the mark. Boarded by the Koalas. Muhammad on the fast break. Anaya Muhammad, the true freshman, wants to go inside. What a backdoor pass. And the foul on Sanchez-Ponce. The play there is the pass. Now, obviously, Leah Page, another true freshman from Gaffney, South Carolina, is able to draw the foul. But what a feed by Muhammad. I was sure she was taking that.
Absolutely, and I'm sure that the 5 people in white were pretty certain she was going to take it as well, being that she's probably the team's most talented scorer. But right there, a little bit of an unselfish play, able to get the dish and help Page draw the foul.
She gets her first to the line. Page knocks down both. It's 12-7, a 5-point game in favor of the Koalas. But just a brilliant pass. I can't get over how good that pass by Muhammad was. And Muhammad, a true freshman out of Greenville, South Carolina, played at Woodmont High School, and she's been electric this season for the Koalas. Gibson off the glass. This rolls into the hands of Feaster, and the whistle right away.
I believe that's Sanchez-Ponce's second foul as well. She's going to check out. That's such a huge part of what the Eagles do. Now off the floor.
That's the third foul already for Maria Sanchez-Ponce. Quickly for the star player of Reinhardt University.
It's definitely going to be something to monitor as this game continues.
Ty Williams able to keep possession of the basketball as Reinhardt in some danger. Tara Gibson wanted to pull up for 3 to Woodruff. Woodruff from the interstate. This is just short. Anaya Muhammad distributes this far side. All the way around the arc, back to her. Anaya pulls up, and this one rattles out on her. Boarded by Simpson. Reinhardt University set up. 7 minutes gone in our first period. 5-point game. The Koalas get the steal. Lowe running the floor with pace. Floated to Muhammad. She'll pull up this time, and it rattles out. Back-to-back fast breaks. Kraft nearly pickpocketed. Woodruff Simpson wanted to pull up, but a little too much pressure, and she'll take it with a nice move off the glass for Reinhardt.
A beautiful move, getting ran off the three-point line, getting inside. Fake pass and a nice little kiss off the glass there from Simpson.
Entry pass down inside for the Koalas, who get it to go, and a quick response by Deasia Feaster, the sophomore from Blair.
Off of a beautiful feed as well in Columbia.
What a spin move by Ashley Woodruff, who gets this one just off the mark and remains a 5-point game, 14-9 Koalas.
Can't ask for a better start if you're Columbia. They're doing everything they want to do on offense, getting to their spots, getting great looks. Defensively, they're challenging Reinhardt's shots.
Here's the pull-up from long range for Muhammad, and it's off the mark.
Muhammad and Brown, a 35% three-point shooter. She averages around 7 three-point attempts per game. She's going to get them up. Even though Reinhardt only has 9 points with around 1:45 left in the first quarter, they're getting good looks. They're getting nice open shots. They're running their offense well. It's just a matter of those shots falling.
Ty Williams sidesteps, passed outside, Nia Moon. Reinhardt University running out of time on the shot clock as Williams puts it in, dropped off of the glass for a nice bucket, and it cuts it back down to a 3-point game in Waleska. Great entry pass, backdoor, and this one rattles out. A good look to Werbon. She just couldn't finish it off.
And terrific passing on that possession as well. If you're a fan of Columbia, you hate to see that one in that way.
Koalas, 1 minute left to play in the first period, 25 on the shot clock. Passing this all around, entry pass down inside, stolen by Reinhardt with the help of Preston. The true freshman Moon, far side to Simpson. Swatted back, blocked it away on the entry pass. She'll try again. Williams is going to pull up for three, and this has too much on it as it's boarded by the Koalas. 3 seconds separate the shot and game clock, 20 on the shot clock.
That was a nice job by Columbia there, slowing things down. Reinhardt is at its best when they're able to run.
10 seconds on the shot clock as she pulls up. Reinhardt gets the board. Shot clock is off, 7 seconds in the first. Eagles, Ty Williams. Stops just inside the arc, 2 on the shot clock, and she takes this, and it sails over the baseline to end our first period of action in Waleska, Georgia. 14-13, the Eagles trail to the Koalas by 1 after our first period at Reinhardt University. We'll take a break and be back with more college basketball in just a moment on SESN. You're ready. Welcome back to Waleska, Georgia, home of Reinhardt University and the Reinhardt Eagles, and we're underway with our second period of action on the Southeast Sports Network. Gabriel Schrei here alongside me, Lorenzo Robinson. Just 15 seconds into the second period and a lot of contact there. 1-point game, Lorenzo, 14-13. Koalas lead the Eagles, number 25 in the nation in this Appalachian Athletic Conference tilt.
Whoa. We got 3 fouls on one of our girls. They really only got 2. No, it's not good. Like, we got a girl that has 3 fouls and she only got 2 fouls. But she only fouled twice. Like, you called a foul on her twice. That's what I'm saying. The book does say 3, but she got a foul on her twice.
Seems like a bit of a mix-up.
Yeah, there's some confusion on the floor, and you can probably hear that.
Take her out after 2 fouls, and she not there for you. I don't know.
Here's the official right here.
Down here, and then Travis not pushing the back here.
I had one down here.
You got one on?
I got 3. Yeah, we got 3.
And so they're saying they're in agreement that there's 3 fouls on her.
Player they were talking about, of course, Reinhardt's leading scorer, Maria Sanchez Ponce. Great defense there by Columbia on the inbound to force the 5-second call. And they're doing everything you need to do to be able to upset a team like Reinhardt.
Yeah, it takes a lot of things and a little bit of luck.
Absolutely.
Right, some great defense, good scoring. So far, they've got it all.
Absolutely, and the main part about it is control the controllables. You can control your effort, you can control your shots, you can also control taking care of the ball.
This is Ashley Woodruff who streaks down the floor. Simpson keeps it alive for Reinhardt. Ty Williams will try from the elbow and knocks it down. The first lead of the night for Reinhardt University by just 1 point.
Leading 15-14, and it seems like they're playing one of their worst games probably of the season thus far. And just like that, they're up by a point.
To the elbow, Koalas down inside, and this is lost by Kenya Hatton, the true freshman from Anderson.
At this stage of the game is when Reinhardt is so dangerous, when the pace begins to pick up. Their defense is able to set. They start throwing different looks out there on that end of the floor, and eventually you have to believe if averages hold that their shooting will improve as this game goes on as well.
Townley gets the whistle down inside. This goes back to the Columbia College Koalas.
That was a really interesting call. It seemed like Townley got to the ball first. Kind of unsure about the reasoning behind that whistle on her, but if I've said it one time, I've said it 1,000 times. The ref is always right.
The Koalas trailing by 190 seconds into the second period.
Reinhardt sitting in this 2-3 zone, trying to mix things up for the Koalas.
Back and forth. Step back. This one fired off the mark. Boarded by the Koalas, and they get the go-ahead bucket. Our second lead change of the night. They're on top by just 1, 16-15.
That was a nice job by Lowe sticking with it, getting the offensive rebound.
This one sails. Reinhardt keeps it alive as Townley fires this back onto the floor. Preston knifing her way inside, and the foul as she comes together with Wells.
But plays like that, that's how you're going to be able to beat this Eagle ball club, being able to get to those 50-50 balls. Loose balls on the ground, getting offensive rebounds, that's what you're going to have to do.
Reinhardt inbounds to Gibson. Eagles want to work this around. Instead, they'll go back down towards the corner. 2 minutes and change off the clock as Gibson spins, turns, and twists and fires a shot that's off the mark. Columbia. The Koalas for 19. This has too much on it. 2.5 played in the second as Muhammad and Columbia College keep the basketball. Carnasia Wells calling a play. Brookover doesn't like it. Oh my goodness, Anaya Muhammad's shot is blocked by Ashley Woodruff, our player to watch this afternoon.
Phenomenal, not only on the offensive end, but as you guys just saw, a tremendous defender as well.
Bounding pass. Camia Hatton escapes the defender and fires as the shot clock sounds. This is off the mark. Here come the Reinhardt Eagles. Preston knifing her way inside, instead given off to Woodruff. Tara Gibson heavily defended by Hatton, the true freshman. Outside to Ashley Woodruff. Simpson, Kiara Simpson pulls up for three, and the big high bounce goes to the top of the backboard.
But Columbia, tremendous defense on that possession. Two great drivers of the basketball, Ivana Preston and Ashley Woodruff, both trying to get to the rim. Nice job by the Koalas, staying in front of Reinhardt's ball handlers. And a big question for the Eagles, how will their offense generate points consistently without Sanchez Ponce on the floor, of course on the bench with those two fouls? Things a little bit difficult for the Eagles.
One player to beat all the way up the floor. Number 11 and number 11 come together, but Ashley Woodruff wins out. And the lead back in the hands of the Eagles as there's a timeout on the floor between these two. What a bucket.
Absolutely. If there was a question about how they were going to figure out ways to score, turning defense into offense is always a tried and true method.
Here's another look back at that block a few moments ago. Up along the three-point line, absolutely rejected. We've seen a lot of highlight plays already today. Will there be more? Can Reinhardt stay in the lead? We'll find out in 30 seconds on the Southeast Sports Network. Welcome back to Waleska, Georgia, and the campus of Reinhardt University. The Koalas with the ball. They trail by one, 17-16 to the Eagles. Anaya Muhammad with a sidestep and drive, can't score off the floater.
Muhammad's been pretty quiet offensively to start this game. She's had a few good looks. Still, Columbia just down by one.
Simpson rifles a pass to the corner to Ashley Woodruff, who's defended by Muhammad. Williams fights her way inside and gets it to go off the glass, extending the lead of Reinhardt to 3 points. It's 19-16.
And again, Reinhardt leading, and it just seems like they haven't been playing their best game.
The pull-up is off the mark. Tysania Lowe from Marlboro County High School couldn't get it. Julia Kraft is blocked by Muhammad. Back to Lowe. She escapes Gibson. One defender to beat as Woodruff gets the big foul.
She challenged Lowe at the rim. But teams that like to run like Reinhardt, they don't exactly like it when teams try to do it to them. So that's something that Columbia is definitely going to be looking to do, especially with the way that they've played defensively to start this game. They will have their chances to get out on the break.
(16-19) a three-point game. The Koalas trailing in Waleska, Georgia.
And how often do we see this with around 5 minutes left in the second? Neither team has hit a three-point shot.
That's bizarre, especially for a Reinhardt team that has been incredibly productive in NAIA play. Gibson the handoff to Simpson from Sewanee, Georgia. She passes it away. Williams driving inside from the low post. She gets it to go with a little kiss off the glass. It's 21-17 Eagles.
Ty Williams has been very aggressive, scoring the ball, getting a few more looks without Sanchez Ponce on the floor. She's spearheading the Eagles offensively so far in this one.
A long outlet pass looking for Julia Kraft, and she's just overshot. Wells running the floor from the straightaway. She passes this down towards the corner.
Reinhardt back in the 2-3 zone.
Oh, what a great feed down inside. Low paint, able to get this easily. It's Leah Page.
That was a tremendous job by Naim Muhammad, recognizing the zone, attacking and freeing up the post.
Reinhardt University gunslinging for the three. It's a 5-point game, 24-19 Eagles. 4 minutes to play in the first half.
You just knew it would be a matter of time before we would see one fall for the Eagles.
Eagles again with the ball on the fast break. Gibson looking to keep the heat turned up. It's Ashley Woodruff. Entry pass to Gibson from the mid-post, and she's blocked, but the whistle is Page going to pick up the foul. Townley and Pringle onto the floor. Pringle, a true freshman. Gibson at the line for Reinhardt University to extend a 5-point lead. Her first well, it's 25-19. Her second goes as well. It's 26-19.
Eagles back in the zone. Muhammad did a nice job of breaking it last possession.
Oh my goodness, what a pull-up. A money ball for Tasanya Lowe.
A bit of an announcer's jinx on my part. As soon as I said that neither team hit a three, we get one from each in seemingly short order.
It was destined. Woodruff to the line after the foul. This rattles out on Ashley. Remains a 4-point game, 26-22 Eagles. Tony Campbell talking to Ty Williams, Julia Kraft, and sharing a quick laugh with Muhammad as well. Woodruff for 27. She'll get it to go. Five points separate the Koalas and the Eagles. Muhammad outside to Wells. The far side, it's Lowe. Columbia College with 3 minutes to go in this first half. She wants to go inside. Pass to the wing, and the three rattles out as the whistle sounds.
That was a nice offensive possession there for the Koalas. When a team plays a 2-3 zone, the main thing you need to do to be able to break it is attack the middle of it. Get to the free throw line. That could potentially open things up down low in the post, as we saw earlier in the game. Muhammad's nice pass. Or it can open up drive and kick opportunities as well.
Sanya Martinez, a sophomore, the second player on this roster from Reinhardt to see playtime this afternoon from Spain. 6'2", coming in for Marley Townley.
She's going to get some early minutes with Sanchez Ponce on the bench with 3 fouls. Martinez, a lot of size down low, very long.
Two for 3 at the line. The gamble pays off for Reinhardt University. Muhammad earns 2, though.
Koala's now pressing.
All the way up the floor. A long look to Julia Kraft, who holds onto it. A 3-point game. Williams gives it off to Martinez.
Ty Williams in the early stages has been the engine for the Eagles offensively.
Entry pass to Martinez, who wants it off the glass. She tries twice, and the second finds the twine. It's again a 5-point game, 29-24 Eagles.
Nice job by Martinez, sticking with it, not able to get the first one to go. The second one falling after the offensive rebound.
This one comes up just a bit short as it rolls over the baseline. Chandria Pringle fighting for the ball, a true freshman from Columbia. She's out of Northside Christian Academy. Played 13 games this season for the Koalas. The inbound to the low post. This rattles and goes. A 3-point game with 2 minutes to play in the first half. Tara Gibson hands it off to Ty Williams.
Koalas have done an excellent job staying in front of the Eagles' drivers.
The call is an illegal screen on Martinez.
I guess they're going to call it because of the movement on the screen, but it appeared that the Columbia player initiated contact.
Low to the corner. Feaster goes back to her. Koalas trying to get some movement out of this Reinhardt defense. There's the pull-up from the straightaway, and it's boarded by Gibson.
That's what the zone is designed to do.
Woodruff to Gibson on the entry pass. What a great feed and a beautiful bucket for Tara Gibson.
Woodruff, a skilled scorer, but also a really fine facilitator for the Eagles as well. Pushing the ball up the floor and a nice feed to Gibson for the finish.
Down inside, Muhammad has it stolen. Able to keep this on the floor. It's Ashley Woodruff. A bomb pass down to Kraft and a handoff to Tara Gibson, who ladles this in.
And this is the danger zone for the Koalas. The Eagles bigging up a little bit of momentum.
Lowe nearly loses it, trying to beat out Martinez, and the whistle down inside.
Reinhardt has such a slow start on offense in this game. Much slower than we're accustomed to seeing. They've been able to be in the lead due to their tremendous defense, pushing the pace when they can.
Pringle at the line. This one is short.
Coach Campbell's zone also did its job as well. A lot more uncertainty offensively for the Koalas in this quarter.
Pringle can't convert at the stripe. 40 seconds to play in this first half. In a 7-point game, Reinhardt leads 33-26. 20 on the shot clock, 33 game. Woodruff across to Williams. 10 on the shot clock. Woodruff again with the basketball. She runs the spin move and the foul down inside as she catches traffic. 4 seconds on the shot clock as she gets that. 18.7 to go in this first half.
Woodruff, such an aggressive driver. And when attacking the basket, a lot of players, they oftentimes fade away from the rim, hoping the ref makes a call. But Woodruff, she's going downhill and she's going hard and aggressive. She's going to force the ref to make fouls and make calls for her.
This rims and goes for Woodruff.
Not a great shooting night for her, but she's found a way to remain effective offensively, getting to the free throw line.
Second goes, 18 in this first half. Shot clock is off in a 9-point game. Reinhardt Eagles in a defensive shell. 9 seconds on the clock. Swatted by Williams as it escapes into the bench.
Eagles right now with all the momentum. The last thing Columbia needs to do is turn the ball over and give them a chance to get another shot up before the break.
Muhammad inbounds. Entry pass from mid-range. This is off the mark. 1 second on the clock, and that will do it for our first half of play on the Southeast Sports Network from Brown Athletics Center. An exciting first half. Reinhardt, a nice lead. At times they trailed. They trailed for a lot of that first quarter and able to get back in the driver's seat. It was a close game. They built up this 9-point lead. Will they be able to hang on to it going into the second half? How do you think the quarter number 3 will pan out for these two?
That's going to be the big question. Can they hang on to it? But a good omen for Reinhardt is the fact that they were able to build this lead up while not shooting particularly well from the 3-point line, just 1 of 8 shooting from there. And also without Maria Sanchez-Ponce for a large chunk of that first half as well, with her being on the bench with 3 fouls. up by 9 without their best stuff. It's definitely a good sign for the Eagles going forward.
35-26, Reinhardt in the lead over the Koalas. We'll take a break and be back with more college basketball in just a moment on the Southeast Sports Network. Don't go anywhere.
Get the message of your company here. And get your message here. All while supporting local student athletes. Reach out today to get started. Shry Media. Find us at shrymedia.com.
Your vacation is now playing in Tennessee.
For every generation, it has started with the call to serve. Discovering the purpose and the belonging earned with the title. Learning to dig deep and push through adversity together. Defending our nation and its people. It is a life of great worth and reward. But Marines are never really finished serving. Their commitment comes full circle, visible in communities across our country. This is Semper Fidelis, always faithful, always Marine, marking a path for the next generation.
You're ready to reconnect, to discover, to explore a Georgia that always has more stories to share and views to admire. Set for your next adventure while you set your own pace to wonder or wander, or whatever it is that makes you feel you. To feel that Georgia feeling, those beautiful, real, honest moments. The only found in Georgia moments. Find yours at exploregeorgia.org.
My character, Shazam, knows all about growing up in a family full of teenage superheroes. They're bold.
Where's everyone going?
To fight crime?
Okay.
Adventurous. Shazam! There's never a dull moment. And no matter what happens, they'll always have your back. All they need is a place to grow and be themselves. And the best part is, you don't have to be a superhero to adopt a teen. Learn more about adopting a teen from foster care. Visit adoptuskids.org. You can't imagine the reward.
The Southeast Sports Network, your free ticket to front row sports action. From heart-pounding football showdowns to thrilling basketball games, experience every moment live, all from the comfort of your home. Your favorite athletes, broadcast in real time and on demand. It's not just streaming, it's your front row ticket to the best of Southeastern sports. And the best part? It's absolutely free. Don't miss a moment of your favorite teams. Join us now at the Southeast Sports Network. the Southeast Sports Network, your front row ticket to live sports.
Welcome back to Waleska, Georgia, home of Reinhardt University and the Eagles. Today playing host to the Koalas of Columbia College. For the halftime window, it's a 9-point game, 35-26. Reinhardt University trailed for a large part of that first half of play. They were able to come back, keep it really close for a while. We had 3 lead changes where it was a 1-point game for over 4 minutes of play. And the last 2.5 minutes right before the halftime break, a 7-2 run for the Eagles gave them this 9-point lead. Gabriel Schrei here with Lorenzo Robinson. Lorenzo, your thoughts on that first half and what can we expect after some whiteboard time for these two?
Much of that first half went the way the Columbia Koalas wanted it to go. They were able to get to their spots offensively. Defensively, they were staying in front of Reinhardt's drivers, making things difficult, forcing them to play in the crowd, take tough shots. Maria Sanchez-Ponte picked up 3 early fouls, so she spent most of the first half on the bench. And with all of that being said, it's a 9-point lead for Reinhardt. A huge credit to this team and the way that they've been playing thus far this year. To be able to play probably their worst half of basketball recently and still have a 9-point lead.
It's pretty unbelievable to have that many problems, that many things go wrong. Your leading scorer is on the bench, and you're still able to be in the lead at the halftime window. It really is incredible stuff. Reinhardt Eagles are undefeated, number 25 in the NAI poll. 17-0, 13-0 in conference, shooting very well from the floor. Our players to watch, both have been hot today. Anaya Muhammad, our player to watch for the Koalas, 15 points per game, 41% from the floor. And on the other side for the Reinhardt Eagles, it's Ashley Woodruff, 13.5 points per game, almost 49% shooting from the floor. Usually comes up with a handful of rebounds and 2 or 3 steals as well. And she's done that today, been in on everything it feels like, and been a lot of fun to watch her play. Koalas still on the floor warming up, just seconds away from this second half of play. $80 seconds until tip for our third quarter between the Koalas and the Eagles of Reinhardt University. Be sure to give us a follow. Find the Southeast Sports Network on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. I'm trying to think of everything we're on. We're on, what's the new one, Threads? Yeah, that makes me sound really old, doesn't it? What's that newfangled technology?
It's a new social media app every day. I can't blame. Things move so fast.
It's crazy right now, isn't it? I feel like I've got 106 social media accounts I manage just for myself, let alone brands like SCSN. You can follow the Eagles at RUEagles, RU_Eagles on social media. You can get connected with the Koalas at Go Koalas. And a big thanks to LJ Telephone Company, ETC Now, for carrying today's game and the broadcast. We really appreciate the exposure for the Appalachian Athletic Conference. This is some great basketball. One of the very best in America right here in Waleska, Georgia, the Reinhardt University Eagles. And the Koalas would love nothing more than to upset them on their home hardwood. What a big W it would be for Columbia College. Columbia about to head back onto the floor. The Eagles are fired up and ready to go. Halftime window is in the books. Whiteboard time definitely going to play a big factor in what to expect in this third period. Both programs are likely to make adjustments. These are 2 really good head coaches. A big fan of, obviously, Tony Campbell, the head coach of Reinhardt University's Eagles. On the other side, it's Najarius Green, 2 guys who have a great understanding of the game of basketball and changes that they can make going into this next period. Back underway in Waleska.
First possession of the half, Reinhardt sticking with that 2-3 zone. Gave Columbia so many problems.
Score off the floater. A great start to this third period for the Koalas.
That was a nice attack by Wells, getting on the board. Things have been much tougher for the Koalas offensively since Reinhardt switched to that zone look.
The drive, the shot off the mark. 35-28. Reinhardt Eagles get the steal. Tara Gibson to Woodruff, our player to watch, and her shot is wide. Boarded by Anaya Muhammad, the true freshman and superstar for the Koalas. Up the floor, it's Lowe who wants it off the glass, and it goes. We're back to a 5-point game, just like that, a 4-0 run to open this second period, or second half rather, a play for the Koalas.
She's had some quality drives in this game, getting downhill, making some nice moves, great touch around the basket as well.
And the response by the Eagles pushes their lead.
Nice shot by Gibson, a very capable shooter from out there.
Oh, a three in response of their own by Carnasia Wells, the sophomore from Sumter.
After 0 points in that first half, Wells making her presence felt in this second half. 5 quick ones for the Koalas.
And Sanchez Ponce cuts a 7-3 run by Columbia College.
Speaking of presence felt, Sanchez Ponce, welcome to the game. Her first 2 points of this afternoon. Dealt with some foul trouble in that first half.
The true freshman back outside, and the pull-up from 3 is short. Kraft brought the pressure. It was just too much. Sanchez Ponce knifes her way inside. She's got 4.
That's what part of makes her so dangerous. Getting downhill, great job getting it off the glass. Reinhardt's, of course, a different team when she's on the floor.
From the elbow, this one goes. A good look for Kamya Hatton, the true freshman from Anderson. Sanchez Ponce to Gibson, who wants 3. That was a deep look, and Reinhardt keeps the ball. Gibson tries again. Preston can't hang on to it as this escapes over the baseline.
We're seeing Coach Green of the Koalas made really good use of that whiteboard time over the course of the half. They seem a lot more comfortable attacking the zone in this second half.
Driving inside, this one is short. Long ball up the floor to Kraft, a beautiful pass. She goes backdoor to Preston. Can't get it. Sanchez Ponce fighting inside against 3 defenders as she gets the foul.
Here they called a jump ball, and I don't blame you for thinking it was a foul because there was plenty of contact on that one. There were 3 defenders draped all over Sanchez Ponce.
Here's the 3 for Woodruff, who gets it to go.
Big-time shot there from Ashley Woodruff.
Here's a shot, and this drops immediately for Hatton. That was certain that was a foul. I was glad to hear other people at the scorer's table trying to get clarification.
It seemed like a foul. There was so much contact down there. That one unquestionably a foul, though.
I was going to ask if that was a jump ball.
It's fair to wonder. But again, I'm going to say it again. One of my favorite sayings, I say it all the time. The ref is always right. You can't question him. You just got to live with it.
This one goes at the line. Pushes the lead of the Reinhardt Eagles to 9 points, 36. This one goes as well, so it's a 10-point game, 47-37.
As Columbia's offensive output has picked up in this third quarter, Reinhardt matching them well. Definitely necessary because Columbia is starting to feel comfortable with breaking Reinhardt's zone defense.
To the corner for the Koalas. They drive. The floater is off the mark as Sanchez Ponce gets a hold of the basketball. Eagles, she wants to go the distance, and she will on the fast break up the floor for a 12-point lead.
Using a nifty little Euro step to get to the rim as well. That's what makes Sanchez Ponce so dangerous, a forward capable of rebounding and taking it herself.
The sidestep, and now the three wide open from the wing is just short as Sanchez Ponce gets the board. Maria Sanchez Ponce this time hands it off, and Preston gets it to go. Reinhardt ringing it up. And the timeout down on the floor, much to the applause of the Reinhardt Eagles, who will come to the bench and take a break. Lorenzo, Reinhardt can do no wrong. They're racking it up.
Absolutely, and a lot of that can be attributed to the reinsertion of Sanchez Ponce into the lineup. Of course, sitting a lot of that first half due to picking up 3 quick fouls. But we've seen her presence in this third quarter, able to get downhill and finish inside. Right there, we saw a nice pass to Ivana Preston for the finish. She's one of the better players in the conference. Reinhardt, of course, a better team when she's on the floor.
So far in this third quarter of play, Reinhardt's Eagles are outscoring the Koalas of Columbia 16-7. We're just 4.5 minutes into the second half in Waleska, Georgia. Columbia working this all around on the edge of the post, didn't like it. Trying again, this is Muhammad with a floater. It's loose, regathered somehow in traffic by the Koalas. They tried again and couldn't get it as Reinhardt will run the floor. The fast break queen tonight trying again, and this time it's short. She gets a second chance. She got the ball back again. Reinhardt from mid-range knocks it down.
And that was all Sanchez Ponce, getting another rebound, pushing the pace, unable to get the shots to fall. Tara Gibson, a nice jumper.
To the corner. Feaster flipped it outside. Columbia College. And this one won't go either. It's right now an 18-7 run over the last 5 minutes for Reinhardt University. Preston makes it a 27 run.
Great move there by Ivana Preston. A nice floater for the finish. Reinhardt with some momentum.
Eagles are threatening to gain a 20-point lead, trying to take care of business on the defensive end first. Whereban making a wise decision. Given off, Anaya Muhammad. Backdoor feed, and no one there as this skeeters over the baseline and off of the floor.
When Muhammad made that pass, I believe she was expecting a cut from Deasia Feaster. Feaster stayed in her place, and Muhammad picked up the turnover. That's just what makes playing Reinhardt so dangerous. They're able to push the pace. And when they start to play fast, naturally the opponent begins to play faster as well. And that's when mistakes happen.
This is Ashley Woodruff, our player to watch today for Reinhardt University. Entry pass, Simpson to Woodruff, who wants 3 from just in front of the Eagle bench. A big high bounce, and Gibson working with it down low. This is still on the floor, and it escapes. Looks like this will go back to the Koalas.
Appeared when this quarter started that Columbia had found a bit of a groove offensively, finding their way into the middle of that zone, getting a few nice shots to fall. Can they regain that rhythm as this third quarter continues?
Mid-range floater was off the mark. It remains 55-37. Reinhardt. Simpson drives. Give it off for the 21-point lead. This is off the mark. And I was sure Tara Gibson would hit that. She's 4 for 10 today. 10 rebounds and assists, 14 points.
Nice all-around effort from Gibson.
Simpson gets the board. On the far side, it's Ashley Woodruff. Woodruff has 11 points today. Simpson sidesteps, a lot of pressure, and gives it off from the straightaway. This is Tara Gibson. She doesn't like the look either. 5 on the shot clock. Williams for 58. She gets it. Reinhardt a 21-point lead now.
Here come the Eagles. Again, you knew it was a matter of time before those looks that they were getting in the first quarter would begin to fall. Now that it's happening, you see this large run the Eagles are on.
Muhammad fires from just in play. That was a long ball and couldn't quite get it. A couple of players waiting to check in for Reinhardt University. Ty Williams running the floor. She has 11 along with Woodruff. Leading all scorers for Reinhardt is Gibson. On the other side, Lowe's got 14. Hatton and Wells have 6 and 5 respectively. Gibson from mid-range, one at the bank. Kraft tries. This escapes over the baseline.
Those are the 50-50 balls that you have to win if you're going to beat a team like Reinhardt. Gibson shooting the mid-range jumper. Missed it, but got her own rebound. First to the ball. Inexcusable effort for a coach to allow a shooter to get their own rebound. That's just what Reinhardt does.
Townley went to Simpson. Entry pass to Marley Townley. Too much on the ball as the putback goes for Reinhardt. And they're leading nearly by 60 now. They're 7 shy of that. It's 60-37. To the corner. Here's one from long range. Can't knock it down. Columbia College keeps it, but it looks like this goes over the baseline.
And Columbia getting some nice looks from deep, unable to get them to fall tonight. 2 of 15 from 3 as a team.
The inbound for the Koalas. Nice pass. This is deflected away. Ty Williams has a convoy on the fast break. Close side to Simpson. Wow, sidesteps the defender but can't knock down the 3. Score remains a 23-point game.
But how about that defensive play by Marley Townley? Nice rejection there. Reinhardt's playing an inspired quarter of basketball here in this third.
Less than 1 to play in this third period. 52 seconds on the clock. Turnaround, this is short. And it escapes off of the floor. Nia Moon, the true freshman, will take the inbound from Sanchez Ponce. Moon, 5'3", Elberton, Georgia, out of Comprehensive High School. She's been a special piece this year for Reinhardt.
Gives them great energy coming off the bench. Step back, hit a 3-point shot. Also a good playmaker as well.
Simpson furiously driving to the basket, but her shot off the mark. Deasia Feaster up the floor, connected with Shania Davis. Davis, a junior from Sumter, South Carolina, out of Spartanburg Methodist College, a transfer. Lowe leading all scorers. She hands it off. Back to her. Driving on Sanchez Ponce, and the shot, 8.4 on the game clock. That'll turn the shot clock off. 60-37 Reinhardt. And the foul was on Simpson.
That rhythm that Columbia had in the earlier stages of this quarter is all but dissipated. Now their offense grinding to a standstill. Players trying to attack one-on-one, a lot less ball movement and player movement. A lot of credit to Reinhardt's defense for making it difficult. And also Coach Campbell going to that zone look to make things difficult for the Koalas.
DeSonia Lowe gets her second. She's 2 for 4 at the line for 15 points. 7 seconds in this third period. 4, Sanchez Ponce. 2 seconds, 1 to play as she fires the shot and can't quite deliver the mail. That was a good look, but that'll do it for our third period. 1 to play, a 22-point game, 60-38, all Reinhardt for the moment. We'll take a break and be back with the rest of the action in just a moment on the Southeast Sports Network. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to Waleska, Georgia, where it's a 22-point game. At the half, it was a 9-point game. At the end of period number 1, the Koalas were in the lead. Right now, Reinhardt in dominant fashion out in front, 60-38 with 1 quarter left to play in Waleska, Georgia. Well, thanks for being with us. You're here on courtside, press row, along with me, Gabriel Schrei, and Lorenzo Robinson. Love having you along for the ride and hope you're having fun as well. Lorenzo, what a great afternoon of basketball for us.
Absolutely tremendous. The 25th ranked Eagles struggling a little bit early against the Columbia Koalas, finding their stride in that third quarter, though, to be up by 22.
Just 10 minutes left to play. The Koalas have to get something going. Lowe's in trouble as she goes in on Townley and the whistle.
Hey, Monty, you didn't foul, but no need to jump. Say no need to jump. You know what I'm saying?
Even though she's not on the floor, just a quick highlight of Tara Gibson. Gibson, 14 points, 11 rebounds, also 3 steals and a block. She's quietly been one of the more versatile and consistent players in the AAC over the last couple years for Reinhardt. Having a great outing for the Eagles today.
A 20-point game, 60-40, as the Koalas take advantage at the stripe. And Tara Gibson's been so electric this afternoon. Williams, the entry pass to Townley along the block. She spins and fires off the glass, and this will go.
That was nice footwork there by Townley. Not getting discouraged that the defender didn't bite on the pump fake. Finding a crease and finishing with the left.
This one rattles all around and won't drop. It remains a 22-point game. Can we talk about how Reinhardt ran it up in that third period of play? They scored 24 points.
We've seen them have runs like that over the course of this season. A lot of it due to their defense and creating looks off of that.
Well, a great look, the exact right decision, an unselfish pass by Muhammad, the true freshman, and Carnasia Wells just couldn't finish it off. But if you're Coach Green, you love to see that coming from this group that's so young. They're going to be making those shots later on. Ty Williams couldn't get it. 90 seconds gone in the final period in a 22-point game as Camia Hatton loses this over the baseline. Martinez checking in.
And appears to be in a bit of pain on the floor.
Yeah, hopefully she's all right. Never want to see that at any level. And so while they check on her, we'll go ahead and take a break and be back with more college basketball. It's a 22-point game, 62-40 Reinhardt. We'll be back in Waleska in just a moment. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to Waleska, Georgia. College basketball on the Southeast Sports Network. Gabriel Schrei here with my friend Lorenzo Robinson. Lorenzo, the analyst for today's broadcast, but also a graduate student here at Reinhardt and plays on the football team for head coach James Miller. Lorenzo, what's your favorite part about attending Reinhardt University?
Favorite part has to be the family atmosphere around the school. It seems like everyone is supporting one another in their endeavors. Everyone is checking up on one another. And that family atmosphere is not just when you're on campus, but also when you leave. There's plenty of people who graduated and left the school who still keep in contact with you. So that has to be probably the best aspect of the school, I would say.
I definitely feel it. Just coming on campus, visiting every now and then, I can feel the atmosphere here. It's a really cool vibe, and it's great to be on hand for some of these sporting events, seeing other athletes from other teams come out, support their classmates. What's it like playing football here at Reinhardt?
It's not for everyone, I will say that. It's definitely something where if you're not willing to work, then it's not a place where you want to be. But if you love hard work and you love being able to reap the benefits of that hard work, Reinhardt is absolutely somewhere that you should consider attending and playing sports as well.
Lorenzo, it feels like every time I turn around, I'm covering a different ranked sports program, athletics program here in Waleska. What's baseball season going to be like?
The baseball team is going to be really excited this year. They had a lot of success over the past couple of years, led by head coach Burton. They have plenty of players returning from a team that went to the NAIA playoffs last season. It's going to be a lot of fun.
College basketball on the Southeast Sports Network. We've got 8.5 minutes left to play as it's a 22-point game, 62-40. Reinhardt's Eagles a commanding lead and looking to extend that down the stretch as Camia Hatton is onto her feet and being helped off of the floor, so hopefully she'll be all right. Koalas have a few seconds for a breather here. If you're Coach Green, what do you tell them coming out of the break? How can they get back on the saddle?
The main thing you have to do is begin to pick up their pace. It felt like they were getting into their offensive sets with relative ease in the start of that third quarter. They were finding their ways throughout the zone. But as the quarter progressed, Reinhardt's defensive intensity and pressure picked up. Koalas began to fall right into the trap of taking bad shots and turning the ball over. They need to regain their composure and get good looks.
Coach Campbell checking in with Coach Green to make sure that Camia was all right. And I couldn't hear exactly what Coach Green said, but that was a pretty good sounding response. It sounded positive, so hopefully she's all right.
Very encouraging.
Sanchez Ponce wanted 3. Ty Williams wants 3, instead driving. Simpson has to stop, drives, and elects to go to Moon. Reinhardt University, a backdoor pass, and it skeeters over the far sideline.
This is a good chance for Columbia to establish themselves and regain some composure offensively.
Here's one from the corner. Oh, she knocks it down. A nice look. The long ball for the sophomore from Blair, Deasia Feaster.
Nice look in the corner. Columbia is going to have to get a few more shots to fall if they're going to find themselves back into the game.
This one bounces out. Ty Williams after the basketball and comes up with it in traffic. Entry pass, now back door to Martinez, and the foul.
That play created by Ty Williams, an effort play, a pure effort play there. Hustling for the loose ball. What seemed to be a surefire defensive rebound for Columbia.
Martinez first is off the mark. She has 2 points tonight. Leading all scorers to Sonia Lowe. She's 6 for 12. Just one of them of her 5 shots from three-point land. 4 for 6 at the line, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 17 points tonight for the Koalas. Muhammad, our player to watch. 7 rebounds, 5 assists. There's the steal, an outlet pass to the true freshman, defended by Anaya Muhammad, and this one rattles out on her. Sanchez Ponce, the putback off the glass.
Reinhardt again turning defense on the offense, getting the turnover and finishing with the layup after the offensive rebound from Sanchez Ponce.
Maria, the fast break, wants points, going to Simpson. Williams to the true freshman. Reinhardt looking inside. Sanchez Ponce knifes her way down in there before passing it back up top. Eagles off the motion. It's Simpson who delivers this home from the glass.
Such a difficult team to guard. So many players capable of putting the ball on the floor and making plays.
The true freshman Moon on the straightaway. Waits for her team to catch up. Sanchez Ponce lets it fly. Ty Williams from the wing. She gets it rustling the twine for 70.
Williams knocking down her second three. She has given the Eagles a nice jolt off the bench offensively. Now with 14 in this one.
College basketball on the Southeast Sports Network. 6:14 left to play in Waleska, Georgia. The Koalas on the road battling the undefeated number 25 Reinhardt University Eagles. The Koalas have hung around, but Reinhardt has just slowly been building a lead. They've been outscoring the Koalas since the early stages of the second quarter. They trailed, and then it was a 1-point game for about 2.5 minutes in that second quarter. Reinhardt goes on a 7-2 run right before the half, and then scores 24 in the third quarter to build this big lead. It was 22 points when we took a break at the 8.5-minute mark. Right now it's a 27-point lead for Reinhardt's Eagles. So if they come out of the break, get a 3, and can hold off the Koalas for a moment, it'll be a 30-point game. If you're Columbia College, do you still have hope at this point? What's your play coming out of the timeout?
You have to continue to have hope if there's time on the clock. However, you don't want to force things, because if you force things, it becomes even more difficult. And we've seen a few times some of the Columbia Koalas ball handlers trying to force it through multiple Eagle defenders, and Reinhardt able to turn them over with relative ease and turn that into points on the other end. So you can't force things. You have to continue to remain poised. Of course, easier said than done when you see a 27-point margin that you have to make up.
Anaya Muhammad. Ball is loose. Tria Blaylock can't run it down. That's over and back as Shania Davis, the transfer from Spartanburg Methodist, gets on top of the ball.
And mistakes like that have been a huge reason why Columbia has began to fade away in this game, turning the ball over a lot more in this second half.
Nia Moon will run the floor as she shouts out a play to her teammates. Eagles. Martinez handed it off. Reinhardt working this all around the arc. Williams doesn't like the pressure. Reinhardt University Simpson won't keep it for long. This is for a 30-point lead. It's off the mark. Feaster got the board. She gets the ball right back. Columbia College to cut it to 25, and this is why.
Page had a nice look from deep. Unable to get it to fall, but Nia Muhammad was open on that possession as well. It's been a quiet afternoon for her offensively. 1 for 7 from the field, just 4 points. Reinhardt's done a good job keeping her in check, as she was our player to watch from the Koalas in the beginning stages of this game.
Moon delivered this inside looking for Martinez, and it's stolen by Muhammad. Anaya Muhammad to Feaster, who wants 3, and this is short. Boarded by Simpson. She was jostled but able to hang on to the orange. Williams wants to go all the way as she knifes her way inside and gets it with a little kiss off the glass. Reinhardt's lead is pushed to 29 points.
She's having a really great afternoon scoring the basketball, getting it done in multiple ways as well. And a rejection there by Martinez.
What a block down inside, using that height and length to make the play. That's what you want to see out of Martinez, is the aggressiveness. Making plays just like that. We'll sneak a quick look back at that. Got a hand right on the ball. Those are the kind of highlights we expect to see out of her as she develops her game. Just a sophomore out of Alauda in Spain.
Martinez still gaining confidence, but she's been really good for the Eagles this year in kind of a bit role. Expect her role to increase as her career goes on.
Reinhardt leads by 29 points in Waleska, Georgia. Simpson to Williams for 75, and this is why. The fans are cracking me up. They're cracking Ty Williams up too. She's laughing.
Nice atmosphere created by the students at Reinhardt University here in the Brown Athletic Center.
Simpson writhes away with the ball. Moon with a little stoppy action. Got it away from Davis. Now Martinez looking for help. Tria heavily defended out wide by Werbon. She'll step back to the front court. 3.5 left to play. Nia Moon off the entry pass, trying for the layup, and it's boarded by the true freshman Page. Up the floor, pushing the tempo against Simpson is Feaster. Can't beat her out, and the whistle sounds as she tumbles over the baseline.
How often do we see teams begin to build a large lead and take their foot off the gas, especially as teams go deeper into their bench? That's not Reinhardt. The players that they put on the floor are going to continue to play with a certain fire and desire. Right there, Kiera Simpson, great defensively.
That's a great entry pass and a beautiful finish by the sophomore, Deasia Feaster.
And now with around 3 minutes left, it's all about building habits for the Koalas. You want to build good habits as this season continues. You want to make yourself a threat against a Reinhardt team that you may see again in the tournament.
Nia Moon pushes it back to a 30-point game, 75-45.
Another capable three-point shooter for the Eagles, knocking down the three-point to get herself into the scorebook.
Taking a look at the latest NAIA basketball poll, Reinhardt is at number 25. The top 5, it's Dordt, Indiana Wesleyan, Campbellsville Clark, and Marion. If you take a look at the total points garnered, a few hundred points are separating them from the top 10. So we could see them continue to climb these polls in the coming weeks. This one's off the mark, remains a 30-point game, 75-45 with 2.5 left to play. Taking a look at recent games for the Reinhardt Eagles as this one rattles out on Jakaya. 3 wins in a row against Truett McConnell back on the 10th, then on the 13th, a win over Johnson. That was a close one, 85-77, and a 30-point win back on Thursday over Kentucky Christian, 78-55, that pushed them to 17-0 overall. Coming up for the Eagles, they have a 3-game road stand. First at Milligan, then Bluefield, and then Brunel to round it out before returning home to host Columbia International University. That's coming up on Tuesday, February 6th.
In terms of Reinhardt's recent games, this definitely has to be one of Coach Campbell's favorites, especially because of the adversity that they had to face in the early stages. Not having their best stuff offensively, missing some makeable shots, and then arguably their best player, Maria Sanchez-Ponce, going to the bench with 3 fouls in that first half. And they found a way up by 28 points. And if you want to win going forward, you have to be able to win without playing your best sometimes.
That was a great backdoor pass finished off by Page. That gives the Koalas 49. She can get 50 on the old-fashioned 3 as it's 75-49 with 1:54 left to play here in Waleska. Taking a look at the recent schedule for Columbia, 9-9 overall, 500 on the year. They had a win a couple of weeks ago on January 6th against St. Andrews at home, 89-52, a big one. That pushed the record at the time to 9-7, but they've dropped 2 in a row. First against Tennessee Wesleyan at home back on the 10th, then a loss on the road at Montreat, 72-61. That was on Wednesday this week. Reinhardt's Nia Moon, the true freshman, knocks down the mid-range J and makes it 77-50. Reinhardt a big lead with 90 seconds to play. Coming up for the Koalas, 2 home games in a row. First Brunel this Wednesday, then Montreat this coming Saturday. Then they'll go on the road to open February at the University of Pikeville in Kentucky. This goes for the Koalas. They get a couple back with 1:12 to play. What are your thoughts on the performance of these 2 programs today and what to expect next?
Columbia did a really good job in the early part of this game, playing with poise, playing with effort, beating Reinhardt to a few loose balls as well. Things you need to do to be able to hang with the Eagles. But Reinhardt did a great job of responding to the adversity that they faced. And when you talk about teams amongst the top 25, as you go forward and you begin to play in your conference tournament and the national tournament, you do have to be able to win games without playing necessarily your best brand of basketball. Reinhardt proving they're capable of doing that with this win today.
Oh, the true freshman gets a nice layup off the glass. That'll turn off the shot clock with 24 seconds to play. It's 81-54 Reinhardt Eagles.
I mean, how many teams would have folded with their best player being out for that large of a chunk of time? Reinhardt not blinking and being able to find a way to win.
Lorenzo, that's what I love about you. Your analysis is always spot on, especially for somebody who's still a student in college. You nailed it. How many teams without their best player could come from behind and storm to a victory just like that? Not many. 81-54 the final as Reinhardt takes the win at home. Before we send our viewers on their way, we want to remind you to be with us on Monday for the men's game. They'll be here at home, and we'll have all of the action on the Southeast Sports Network. The Reinhardt University Eagles playing host again in Brown Athletics Center. A big win today, Lorenzo. What are your final thoughts to the fans as we send them on their way?
An exceptional win for Reinhardt, and it did a great job of showcasing the depth of talent that they have. Sanchez Ponte being sidelined with those 3 quick fouls, picking up the slack. Ashley Woodruff, our player to watch from earlier, with 11 points, able to get downhill, attack, and get some free throws as well. Tara Gibson with the double-double with 14 points and 11 rebounds, and Ty Williams leading the way with 16 off the bench for the Eagles. Exceptional win for the 25th ranked team in the country.
There you have it. Final thoughts from Lorenzo Robinson on what was a great day for the Reinhardt Eagles as they battled the Columbia College Koalas at home. For Lorenzo, our entire crew, the Koalas and the Eagles, I'm Gabriel Schreier saying so long from Waleska, Georgia, where the final score is a Reinhardt Eagle victory, 81-54 on the Southeast Sports Network. This has been College Basketball. All games and events airing on our networks are broadcast live in our copyright material. Today's game will be archived inside of the app or platform where you viewed it and available for replay. This has been a presentation of the Southeast Sports Network.
You're ready to reconnect, to discover, to explore a Georgia